trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
We start today with breaking news out of Massachusetts, where Governor Baker has just wrapped a press conference on coronavirus-related travel restrictions for the state. The new order with a more strict set of rules. Beginning next Saturday, August 1st, all travelers entering the state, including returning residents, will have to fill out a travel form before arriving, unless you're visiting from a low-risk state. It also requires all visitors to quarantine for 14 days or have a negative COVID-19 test on hand, taken up to 74 hours or 72 hours before arriving in the Bay State. Those caught not following the new rules face a fine of $500 per day. We also have breaking news from the Rhode Island Department of Health. They're announcing that the COVID test site at CCRI's Warwick campus is closing at the end of the day this Sunday. All testing that is now being done at CCRI will shift to the new site at the Rhode Island Convention Center. They say the benefit of the new site is that it's covered inside the parking garage, so they won't have to stop testing in bad weather. Now to more on the coronavirus here in Rhode Island. The Rhode Island Department of Health announced a harsh milestone for the state yesterday. Over 1,000 Rhode Islanders have died due to COVID-19. ABC6 reporter Jordan Mazza joins us now with a story on one of the faces behind that staggering number. A recent poll shows nearly half of Americans who have experienced a layoff during the coronavirus say that they don't believe those jobs will be coming back. That's according to an Associated Press study. In April, nearly 80% of families thought their jobs would return after the pandemic, even with the fear of continued job loss. Nearly 3/4 of those polled say they would rather have the restrictions remain in place. And with many still struggling to find work during the pandemic, we want to remind you what we're doing at ABC6 to help our viewers get back on the job. It's a feature on our website called Who's Hiring. Just go to abc6.com and click on the Who's Hiring logo to find jobs in your area. For example, Allstate in Providence is hiring an entry-level sales rep. If you're interested in any or in applying, you can head to our website, abc6.com. Meanwhile, in Massachusetts, nearly a dozen COVID-19 cases are being traced to a house party on the Cape. 30 to 50 people were at the party in Chatham last week. According to health officials, a majority of them were not wearing masks or practicing social distancing. Now 10 cases are linked to the party. Even more of a concern, several of them also work at restaurants. The town has contacted restaurant owners in Chatham to let them know about the situation. As airlines work to ramp flights back up, concerns over safety precautions on flights have been voiced on the Senate and House floors. Congressman David Cicilline, in a joint effort, has proposed an act that would ban airlines from filling seats on passenger flights called the Middle Act. It would also require passengers and crew to wear masks while boarding and on the plane, creating a nationwide mandate for airlines to follow. And now let's take a look at today's forecast with Tim Studebaker, who's in for Chelsea Priest. Tim, how are you? In Fall River today, Mayor Paul Coogan held a press conference urging all residents to participate in the census. Coogan saying it's crucial to get everyone counted. This year, Coogan has created a task force of young residents called United We Count, United We Vote, dedicated to census outreach. They have been working to educate and enroll Fall River residents for the census. And new at noon today, police are searching for a Boston man after an overnight shooting in Johnston left one injured. Officers responded to a call around midnight on Atwood Avenue to find one man who was shot in the leg. He was taken to Rhode Island Hospital, where he's now recovering. That victim, still unnamed, told police it was Mark Ash of Boston who shot him. After an investigation, police are now listing Ash as a suspect and warn he is likely armed and dangerous. Anyone with information on Ash is asked to call Johnston Police. And turning to the latest in the opioid crisis, Brown University has just released a new study pointing to a way to drastically cut down on overdose deaths, especially amongst prison inmates. Scientists with the Brown School of Public Health studied the use of medication to treat prisoners. They found that the medication cut deaths down by nearly a third, and that the treatments worked best when care started right away and continued beyond a prisoner's release. Still to come here on the News at Noon, the Republican National Convention canceled ahead of schedule as the cases in Florida continue to spike. Plus, the political battle between China and the U.S. continues, how the Chinese government is retaliating after the closure of their Houston consulate. And later, it's opening day at Fenway. Find out who's throwing the first pitch tonight. You're watching ABC6, Southern New England's trusted news source. Stay with us. It's your voice, your vote. President Trump, in a shocking announcement last night, decided to cancel the Republican National Conference due to coronavirus concerns. This is new polls show him trailing Joe Biden in a number of key swing states. ABC's Inez de la Catera has the latest. Meanwhile, tensions continue to rise between China and the U.S. China now ordering the close of the United States consulate in the city of Chengdu. The move in retaliation to the U.S. shutting down the Chinese consulate in Houston. The Chinese government asked the U.S. to repeal its decision, but that request was denied. Now officials in China are saying the problems fall completely on the United States. Still ahead today, the day many have been waiting for, opening day at Fenway. We have the latest look ahead at who's playing and who's throwing out the first pitch. Plus, a local brewery is teaming up with an NLB team, but in a stunning move, it's not any of the clubs you might be thinking of. Baseball is back at Fenway tonight. Opening day in the majors started last night when the Yankees beat the Nationals, but the Red Sox begin their season this evening. Opening up with a game against the Orioles, the Sox finalized their 30-man roster yesterday. Eduardo Rodriguez, dealing with some complications from COVID-19, opens the season on the injured list. One man that is taking to the mound today in Fenway, Governor Charlie Baker. He's throwing out the first pitch tonight. Stay with ABC6 for your opening day coverage. Sports director Nick Coit shipping up to Boston. He'll have live reports on the game on ABC6 News at 5. And at McCoy Stadium, no baseball there tonight. Instead, Dining on the Diamond is back. The event's so popular, team officials said there's a 3,000-person wait list for tickets. The team has seen so much success with the program, other minor league organizations have adopted it as well around the country. In consumer news today, a brewing company in Newport has made an interesting marketing move by announcing a partnership with the New York Mets. Newport Craft Brewing and Distilling Company announced the agreement with the Major League team. It's two brands, Thomas II Single Barrel and Thomas II Spice Rums. They've been named the official rums of the Major League team. The company announcing they're thrilled to get started with the partnership. AT&T is rolling out its new 5G network nationwide. The telecommunications company says it's available to 205 million consumers in nearly 400 markets across the country. 5G is the next generation of wireless network technology. It provides increased speeds, but you can only use the network if 5G is part of your phone plan and you have a phone that's 5G enabled. Gamers, get ready. Microsoft is scheduled to release its Xbox Series X console this holiday season, and along with it, a host of next-generation video games. The lists include 2 new models of Halo, a multiplayer version of the classic game Tetris, and the latest version of the fantasy role-playing game Fable. Taylor Swift fans freaking out after her album dropped last night, and the hype won't die down anytime soon. The singer-songwriter is also dropping a music video at midnight for one of her new songs, Cardigan. The Rhode Island Department of Health releasing the latest coronavirus numbers for the state. One new death reported today. The state death toll now at 1,002. 74 new cases also reported, so the total number of positive cases now totaling 18,224. NASA is going old school to do their latest study of the stars by using this balloon, which is as big as a football field. It would be used to lift a specialized telescope over Antarctica in 2023 that scientists would use to learn more about the Milky Way and the evolution of galaxies. The balloon will carry the telescope nearly 25 miles high, and when done with its research, the balloon will deflate, safely bringing the telescope back to Earth. Still to come, a royal lawsuit on the rise in California. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are taken to court, and why? Plus, a heartwarming story of how a hospital in Florida went above and beyond to get 2 of their tiniest patients home to their family. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are suing the paparazzi, citing privacy violations on behalf of their 14-month-old son, Archie. The New York Times reports that photos of Archie were taken in the backyard of the couple's California estate. In California, every family member is guaranteed the right to privacy in their home, including from drones and helicopters. Since the couple doesn't know who took the photos, no defendants have been named in the case yet. And after spending 8 weeks apart, twins born in Utah have finally been united with their family. David and Sydney were born in May to a surrogate, but because of the pandemic, their new parents who live in Florida haven't been able to see them. The twins were born prematurely, making travel even harder. That's when Tampa-based jet ICU stepped in and offered one of its private planes in order to bring the family together. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, which means someone somewhere is probably celebrating today's national holiday. Plus, Tim has another look at your afternoon forecast. Stay with us. It's Friday, which is reason enough to celebrate, but here's another reason. Tequila. Today is National Tequila Day, and whether you're a straight shooter with salt and lime or enjoy your tequila with the sunrise, it is the perfect day to pour yourself a drink and celebrate. And we encourage you to drink responsibly. Tim Studebaker, have a tequila on me later.
Yeah, that's right. No going overboard. We have a very warm day out ahead of us for today. We've already warmed up quite a bit, and the good news is it is less humid than yesterday. Yesterday, the dew points were just sky high. Today, they're back into the 60s, so it's more comfortable, a little muggy, but not nearly as bad as yesterday. An isolated shower or thunderstorm possible, mostly near the coast. Lower chances north and inland. Warm and dry for Saturday with sunshine. Hot and humid for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It's our next potential heat wave. John?
All right, Tim, thanks. And thanks for joining us for ABC6 News at noon. The news continues today here at 4. And for news and weather anytime, ABC6.com is always on. Have a great day, everyone.